Berhad is Malaysia's top pharmaceutical group known for quality healthcare product and service. Their motto, patient profession, reflect their commitment to excellence. Their mission is to offer top-notch product and service through dedicated employees. They value creativity, integrity, and innovation, striving for new ideas while being honest and fair. They prioritize safety and trust in their product. Their management function as a big team with leaders overseeing different aspects like medicine production, sales, and finance. They offer pharmaceutical, medical equipment, and consumables.
The horizontal Soci table show net profit an increase of 437.96%. This is because the revenue in 2019 and 2020 is negative 3.38%, while the combined revenue in 2020 and 2021 is 76.69%. The second reason is that the cost of sale in 2019 and 2020 is negative 0.88%, while in 2020 and 2021 it is 72.23%. The SOFP horizontal table shows the total assets show as a significant increase because the inventory in 2019 and 2020 is 5.05%, while in 2020 and 2021 it is 115.50%. This increase is 110.45%. Total equity increased because retaining earnings in 2019 and 2020 were 3.56%, while in 2020 and 2021 they were 61.62%. There was an increase of 58.06%. Total liabilities because the current tax in 2019 and 2020 is equivalent to 29.51%, while in 2020 and 2021 it is equivalent to 1,459.18%. Finally, the total equity and liabilities in 2019 and 2020 are negative 0.67%, while in 2020 and 2021 they are 42.89%. This shows an increase of 42.73%.
A financial technique called vertical analysis involves looking at individual line items or financial statement expressed as a percentage of a base item. For example, total asset and total revenue. It helps in determining the relative impact of every element over a specific time frame.
Current ratio for the year 2019 and 2020 is 0.78 times, which is less than 1, while industry average is 1.8 times. This shows that current ratio for Pharmaniaga is smaller than 1 and smaller than industry average. For year 2021, the current ratio is 1.1 times, which is more than 1, while industry average is 1.8 times. Therefore, for the year 2020, the current asset of Pharmaniaga did not fulfill the requirements to complete the claims against its current liabilities. The current ratio for this company shows that the level of liquidity is not satisfactory. Quick ratio after deducting inventories. The quick ratio of Pharmaniaga for the year 2019, 2020, 2021 is 0.26 times, 0.28 times, and 0.24 times. Is below industrial average, which is 0.7. This shows unsatisfactory levels to fulfill a firm obligation. But the higher the value of quick ratio, the higher the ability of the firm to cover its current asset into cash. Inventory turnover ratio for the year 2019, the inventory turnover ratio are 4.56 times, while for the year 2020 and 2021 are 4.64 times and 3.81 times. All the ratio is above industry average, which is 2.5 times. So it is the average collection period for the year 2019. Pharmaniaga Berhad is an average collection credit sales for every 26 days, while for the 2020 is for every 31 days and 17 days for 2021. This is better than the industry average as a whole. Total asset turnover ratio for the year 2019, 2020, and 2021. The total asset turnover in total asset, the firm can generate sales of RM77, RM72, and RM13. Value is higher than the industry average, whereby most competitors cannot generate sales of RM14 for every RM they invested in their total asset. Therefore, the total asset turnover for Pharmaniaga is satisfactory when compared to the industry average of 1.14 times. This ratio value shows that the management uses resources efficiently to generate sales. Fixed asset turnover ratio. All the investment in fixed assets shows a higher efficiency compared to industry average of 1.4 times. This condition is satisfactory. Account receivable turnover ratio for 2019. The account receivable turnover ratio for Pharmaniaga Berhad is 0.97 times per annum, which is unsatisfactory compared to the industry average of 9.9 times. It shows that Pharmaniaga Berhad is not effective in extending credit as well as collecting debts. For 2020 and 2021, the account receivable turnover ratio for Pharmaniaga Berhad is 11.48 times and 21.13 times per annum, which is satisfactory compared to the industry average of 9.9 times. It shows that Pharmaniaga Berhad is effective in extending credit as well as collecting the debts.
For 2019, 2020, and 2021, the debt ratio value for Pharmaniaga Berhad shows that for every RM1 of its asset, RM0.7758, RM0.7754, and RM0.7916 is financed by loan debt. This value is quite high as compared to the industry average value of 50% or RM0.50 for every RM1 of asset. This situation is not satisfactory and risky because the higher the debt ratio, the more leveraged a company is, thus reflecting greater financial risk. Debt equity ratio.
For the year 2019, 2020, and 2021, the debt equity ratio of Pharmaniaga Berhad shows that for every RM1 of equity, the debt amount is RM8.13, RM0.99, and RM11.60. This condition is unsatisfactory. Equity multiplier ratio. The higher value of ratio means the more assets were funded by debt than equity. This shows that the Pharmaniaga situation is satisfactory. Long-term debt capitalization ratio. For the year 2019 and 2020, Pharmaniaga Berhad used about 8.88% and 8.12% of permanent financing from debt source. This means that 8.88% and 8.12% of the firm capital structure consists of debt, which is lower than the industry average. This situation is satisfactory. For the year 2021, Pharmaniaga Berhad used about 40.46% of permanent financing from debt source. This means that 40.46% of the firm capital structure consists of debt, which is higher than the industry average. This situation is satisfactory. For the year 2019, 2020, and 2021, the gross profit ratio for Pharmaniaga Berhad are 3.33%, 10.83%, and 13.08%. It depicts the markup on the cost of goods sold. It also reflects the ability of the firm's management to minimize the cost of goods sold compared to sales. Here show that the Pharmaniaga Berhad can't control production cost, and this condition is not satisfactory. Operating profit margin ratio. The Pharmaniaga Berhad operating margin ratio is lower than the industry average, which is not satisfactory. For every RM1 invested in sales, Pharmaniaga Berhad can gain a net profit of RM0.052. For 2020, this shows that every RM1 invested in sales, Pharmaniaga Berhad can get a net profit for RM0.0086. For 2021, this shows that every RM1 invested in sales, Pharmaniaga Berhad can get a net profit of RM0.035. For the year 2019 and 2020, the return on asset for Pharmaniaga Berhad are higher than industry average of 4.0% for every RM1 of total asset, which is satisfactory, while for the year 2020, the return on asset is lower than industry average of 4.0% for every RM1 of total asset, which is not satisfactory. For the year 2019, the Pharmaniaga Berhad return are low compared to the industry average, which is not satisfactory. For the year 2020 and 2021, the Pharmaniaga Berhad return are higher compared to the industry average, which is satisfactory.
For recommendation and conclusion, Pharmaniaga financial analysis in 2019 to 2021 revealed a strong revenue growth and improved cost management. To sustain momentum, diversifying revenue stream and optimizing costs through supplier negotiation and better inventory management is advised. Despite a decline in non-current asset, implementing robust asset management practice and exploring diversified investment can enhance stability. With a significant increase in total asset in 2021, Pharmaniaga should craft a comprehensive financial plan, evaluating its position and optimizing growth strategy for a long-term success in dynamic market.